Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you saw, we are looking at these transparent Post-it notes. How cool is that? You know what? Enough talking about it. Let's get right into this review. I'm really excited to try these out. I saw them on Instagram not that long ago, and they looked so cool. Let's open them up real quick. I should say it retailed for right around $9, and I'm told I have 700 pieces, and I'm guessing that means all these different things equal up to like 700. So you can see that I have 5 that are color, 5 that are clear. I have some tabs over here, and also a cool pen with a bunch of different colors. I remember having these when I was little. That being said, I kind of like to use these Pilot G2, so I'm going to try that out first, and I guess I'm going to put these ones aside and pull the clear here and just start, I guess, taking some notes. All right, that's pretty cool. I told myself to study. Whoa. All right, well, I guess I smeared it off, so I'm going to forget to study. Let's try that again and see what happens if I wait. I will say, writing with the Pilot, this is a G2, it's kind of difficult to actually write on this Post-it note. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try their pen, and maybe I'll get some Sharpies. Before I go much further, I think it's important to point out what these feel like. This is like a plastic material, definitely nothing like the paper you would think of a typical Post-it note. So just so you're aware of that, these are made of plastic. It probably goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. The color ones are also made out of plastic, and the reason I even mention this is because some people may not like the material, whether it's for recycle reasons, whether it's just for the feel, but it's important to note these are absolutely made of plastic. Although not really being featured in this video, I did want to point out your signature pointers or the tabs, and they're really just meant for indicating something, like if you want to highlight a specific page, or if you want to point to someone or have someone sign something, these are also part of this kit. I was really excited to try this pen, but you know what? It doesn't work. I can't get any of the pens to stay down. I guess if I tip it upside down, push the part up and push it back, it might, nope, it just doesn't work. That's very frustrating. Let me get another ballpoint pen. All right, here we go with just a regular ballpoint pen. You know what? I will say, they are weird to write with. And of course, I've noticed as I've been using these do not dry very fast, and you end up smearing them. All right, it's been 5 minutes since we've written the word study. Let's see if it will smear. It still smears. That is very irritating. All right, so let's move on to some Sharpies since I've struck out with my pens. I'm gonna make a list for today. 1, let's see, I'm gonna go fishing. And the funny thing is, I don't actually fish. All right, so I'm gonna play some games, and I guess I'll take a nap. I'm gonna let this sit for just 1 minute, and we'll see what happens. All right, it's been 1 minute. Let's do a test. Look at that. I'm not smearing. I'm actually putting some pressure on here. That's pretty cool. So it looks like the Sharpies do work on these. Now I'm going to try it for like 10 seconds or maybe even instantly to see what happens. All right, let's see. How does it work? Well, it's got a little bit of a smear instantly. I bet if you wait 20 seconds or so, it'll do pretty well. Let's try that. I decided to switch it up a little. Now I'm going to count to 10, and we'll see if that smears off. Here's the moment of truth. It doesn't feel like it's smearing off. Oop, I do have a little bit of red on my finger, so maybe it did smear a little. But for the most part, the longer you wait with the Sharpies, the better they get. For those of you that may wonder, they are the same size as regular Post-it notes, so that's pretty cool. It should be noted that since these are plastic, you definitely cannot rip them like you can a regular Post-it note. In fact, they are nearly impossible to rip, unlike, well, a typical Post-it note. Now for what I was really looking forward to, and that's putting them inside a textbook. This is one of my former textbooks, and you can see it was well used with lots of notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up this first, and I'm going to trace it just to see what it looks like when I take it off. I thought it was cool. So that was just as cool as I thought it was going to be. I was able to trace out the hand. I wrote it here on my Post-it note. Now I can slap it right in my notebook for when I'm studying, and I have the exact same information. Let me do the other hand and keep on going. So tell me, what are your thoughts of these clear Post-it notes? Is this something that you would use? Were you interested? Are you now? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. You know what? Also, any other uses that I really wasn't thinking of, let me know down below. I would love to hear from you. This time I ended up going with one of the Post-it notes that was a different color, and I like this actually a whole lot better than the clear ones because I could see the edges and I wasn't worried about writing over into my book. Now I can put this into my notebook as well, and I am super organized. Check that out. Isn't that cool? And they're just a bunch of Post-it notes in my notebook. I thought another great use for these is sort of like highlighting something. I have these tabs that came with it, and I could highlight the page, and then I'd put my yellow Post-it note here letting me know to study this figure because it's going to be on the next test. I really do like the convenience of these clear Post-it notes. A quick observation, I noticed as I was tracing things that if I did not hold the bottom of the Post-it note, like it would slip up. Therefore, my tracing wouldn't be as straight and organized as I would like to. So just make sure when you're doing this or tracing in the book, you do hold the bottom so you don't mess up. As I've been using these, I thought it was interesting to note that while these aren't completely see-through, they're more translucent. When you put them down on the paper, they absolutely blend in, and it's almost like you don't know they were there except for maybe the sticky part. That is pretty sweet. I also found another use for these little tabs other than marking a page. You can actually use them to highlight sections instead of using one of the larger sticky notes. You can just use these little tabs. I thought that was pretty sweet. Here's something silly. I actually cut up a bunch of different Post-it notes and put it here on my Sudoku book, and now I can do the Sudoku. If I make a mistake, well, just peel it right off, and that was super easy. Or if I'm sharing this book with someone, I could do it, and they can do it too. In this video, we were looking at some transparent Post-it notes, so what did I think of it? First things first, the cool factor is the complete 10, and that's really the reason I bought it, but is it practical? This pack was only $9. That to me is okay. Was I disappointed that my pen didn't work? Absolutely, but then again, the ballpoint really made the smear anyway, so I couldn't have used it for these Post-it notes to begin with. I love that you're able to take notes in a textbook or in a book. There are those people that do not like to write in books, and now you have the opportunity to slap this right on the page and take some notes, and you don't write in the actual book. That is pretty cool. Plus, if you're gonna trace something to put in your notes, now you can have a really accurate representation of the picture. I was disappointed that I couldn't use my G2s because those are my go-to pen, but I really don't mind using Sharpies, and Sharpies have a lot of different markers that even have fine tips, and those dry really, really fast. In the end, I really did like these, and I think they're actually kind of cool, and there's definitely something I'm gonna use again. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. Even kids have fun with these transparent Post-it notes. As I was filming this video, my son decided to color and fill up my notebook, and I think that is pretty cool. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of an item that Instagram made me buy, the transparent Post-it notes. And speaking of things that Instagram made me buy, you know what? I also bought these scissors. It's a review I did not that long ago. They have a laser, so you can get a straight cut. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link that review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm gonna join you at that video. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.